After testing over 120 formulations, we made sure that we got the right quantities and the most effective combination until we finally created an all-powerful, 100% natural, detoxifying, and highly active mixture. By now, you must be very curious and anxious to find out what this ultimate solution contains, and most importantly, how does it work and why does it work so incredibly well? Here's the short step-by-step explanation of each powerful ingredient and the effects they have on your colon, digestion, and whole body. Let's start with the secret Swiss ingredient that made Chef John's powder a lifesaver: Swiss bentonite clay. So, step 1. Dissolve, vacuum, and drain out every parasite and stuck clog with Swiss clay and psyllium husk. Our formula contains the purest organic form of Swiss bentonite clay. If you are reluctant to eat clay, I totally understand. I was too at first. What you need to know is that studies have not shown any side effects of using bentonite clay in recommended amounts. Moreover, this clay has been used for more than 114 years as an absorbent and cleaner. This special type of clay absorbs any parasite and leftover that's stuck to your colon walls like a super strong vacuum. Then, thanks to its extremely slippery texture that's formed in contact with your body fluids, it pushes them away. Basically, Swiss clay has a special nutrient that binds onto parasites, food leftovers, and poop clogs and draws everything outside the body. What makes it an extremely fast cleanser is that it can absorb up to 40 times its weight in old intestinal matter and waste. But you do not have to believe us. There are over 1,000 publications on bentonite clay, which include 28 extensive clinical trials that show its benefits. Our clay has been proven effective by a clinical study on 524 people, done by a team of leading medical doctors and nutrition experts. While it acts like a gentle Drano for the colon, it acts like a Terminator for the gut piranha, always on a search and eradicate mission. In a study from Arizona State University, bentonite clay was found to be highly effective at killing MRSA, as well as Salmonella, E. coli, and others. This is extremely important, especially since dirty colon is the ideal breeding ground for harmful intestinal parasites, toxins, and bad bacteria. In fact, according to the Centers for Disease Control, estimated 100 million Americans have some type of unwanted living organisms called parasites living inside their bodies right now. As an added benefit, one study from 2016 found that ingesting a clay product helped reduce weight gain among those eating a high-fat diet. Now, in order to triple the power of the Swiss clay, we've paired it with psyllium husk. High in slippery mucilage, this anti-inflammatory plant normalizes the bowel action and speeds up the fecal matter, evacuating the clogs and parasites that were collected by the clay even faster. Moreover, it covers with its lustrous mucilage the dry, raw areas of the intestines until they recover after the parasite attack. Step 2. Rebuild and reload your colon with the healthy intestinal flora it needs for a clockwork digestion. There is only one probiotic strain strong enough to fight the gut piranha and restore the gut lining, L. acidophilus. These healthy bacteria survive the acid barrier in your stomach and reach your colon to reestablish your gut flora. From this point on, every piece of food gets broken down quickly and easily. No fermentation, no gas, no bloating. While doing this, L. acidophilus prevents any other harmful bacteria from colonizing the intestines and ensures the lining of the intestines stays intact. This is also the moment when you say goodbye to fat clogs. A 2015 study clearly showed that taking L. acidophilus over the course of 6 weeks significantly lowers LDL cholesterol. Another good thing is now you don't have to buy a separate and expensive probiotic supplement any longer. Our probiotics are alive and kicking and extremely resistant. Step 3. Nourish and double power up your intestinal flora to bulletproof your entire digestive system. No matter how good the probiotics are, they won't thrive unless you feed them the right nutrients to grow strong. These specific nutrients are called prebiotics. That's why we decided we won't stop at probiotics. We made sure we made the L. acidophilus undefeatable by nourishing them with the best prebiotics. That being said, our formula is a symbiotic one. It combines the only probiotics that matter with extremely potent prebiotics, focusing on the complete synergy between them. First prebiotic we added, black walnuts. In addition to being a superfood, black walnuts act as a prebiotic for L. acidophilus, significantly strengthening and reshaping the gut bacteria community. After an extensive experiment, Dr. Byerly, the research team lead of the LSU Health New Orleans, concluded, "We found that walnuts in the diet increased the diversity of bacteria in the gut." At the same time, when taken as a prebiotic, black walnuts reduce the symptoms of inflammatory bowel disease and have been associated with reduced cardiovascular disease risk, slowing tumor growth, and improved brain health. We were very careful where we sourced our black walnuts from. It had to be from trees planted in the open. This way, we made sure the walnuts had grown freely and fully, and that their properties were intact. Let's talk about aloe vera, more specifically the North African aloe vera. There are 26 types of aloe vera, and we made sure our formula contains a concentrated form of the most effective one. With 39 minerals and amino acids, this aloe vera clears your body of bad bacteria, metabolic waste, and fights off inflammation. When it comes to prebiotics, aloe vera is jam-packed. Researchers observed that the plant boosted the concentration of L. acidophilus from 5% to 25% over a short period of time, and it improved its lifespan. At the same time, aloe vera is extremely acid tolerant and can easily survive in your gastric juices in order to support your flora. Extremely rich in antioxidants, it prevents cell deterioration by protecting your intestines lining, eliminating cramps or muscle spasms, and increasing stamina. Finally, we get to the favorite food of probiotics, glucomannan. Glucomannan is a water-soluble dietary fiber extracted from the root of the elephant yam, also known as konjac. Konjac glucomannan is unique because it feeds the friendly bacteria in the colon and keeps them safe while they develop by boosting your immune system. At the same time, it reduces the absorption of fat and sugar from the gut, starving the bad bacteria and supporting weight loss. Glucomannan can also keep your weight in check by speeding up the breakdown of carbs and giving you a sensation of fullness. After adding these extremely potent prebiotics, we thought about all the collateral damage that years of bad digestion might have done to the body. In order to repair and rejuvenate the entire organism, we've added 4 more key plants and seeds. Organic flax seeds for resistant hair and tonified skin. Vitamin-rich prune for well-built muscles and bones and a healthy blood pressure. Oats that contain a unique group of antioxidants known to protect against heart disease, memory loss, and anxiety. And for a complete and full detox, concentrated apple pectin. Apple pectin flushes out heavy metals and reduces the side effects of exposure to radiation. After putting the last touches, Dr. M sent me a bottle with the mix. I just had to take 1 tablespoon every morning with a big glass of water. Piece of cake, really. In the first days, nothing really happened. Maybe I felt a bit less bloated, but I wasn't sure. I was a bit discouraged, I have to admit, but Chef John called me every day to lift my spirits. But at the end of the first week, something had clearly changed. I was definitely not bloated anymore and had way fewer stomach cramps. The following weeks, it was like one miracle after another. First, no more gas. Then I pooped normally for the first time in years. At first I was worried the effect wouldn't last, but that wasn't the case. Day after day, at 9 a.m. or so, I went to the toilet and in 7 minutes I was done. I felt lighter and more energetic every day. And it wasn't just a feeling. The scales proved it. I dropped about 25 pounds in the first phase of the testing. Shortly after that, My anal fissures and hemorrhoids disappeared like they were never there to begin with, and I never got them again. You can imagine I was in the best mood one could be. No more stress, no more anxiety, and my libido was through the roof. My wife could barely believe my transformation. On one evening, I ate a big cheese lasagna and had a lava cake for dessert. The next day, my piping was still working great. On the other side of the phone line, Chef John was as equally amazed by the effects he was experiencing after taking our formula. Seeing our progress, we posted an announcement on various forums and support groups for people with digestive disorders, asking them to discreetly test out our pure organic formula. We were lucky enough to gather 75 volunteers. They each received a daily report form to follow their progress. I was prepared to wait at least 2 weeks for the initial reports to come back, but what happened exceeded even our wildest dreams. Even after a couple of days, we were getting call after call from everyone in the study claiming their digestion was as good as it could be. They felt completely normal again. They could eat and drink whatever they wanted, and their transit was still perfect. Even those who dealt with IBS or lactose intolerance for as long as they could remember could still enjoy their favorite foods. When we went to collect the final reports from the other subjects in our initial study, the results we saw were astounding. Not a single person reported bloating, stomach troubles, constipation, or diarrhea. Most of them claimed they were losing pound after pound and their belly was now flatter. Some of them were amazed how good their skin and hair looked, while others couldn't believe their fatigue, brain fog, and anxiety were gone. One thing was sure, all of them looked and felt at least 10 years younger, so much that their friends, family, and colleagues were left dumbfounded every time they saw them. To think all they had to do was to use a pain-free, natural mixture. After seeing all the results and messages, it was clear we couldn't keep this life-saving treatment all to ourselves. Especially since everyone in the study kept asking us for more of our magic mix for them and for their close ones. I'll read you just a couple of messages. Quote, "My mom needs to bring down her cholesterol levels. She tried everything and the numbers are just going up. We don't know what to do anymore. Please help us. I am so worried." Unquote. "My sister has gained 40 pounds after her second child and now she is type 2 pre-diabetic. Her husband left her and the kids. The doctor told her she needs to lose weight fast or else." Or, quote, "I've been single for over 5 years because my hemorrhoids make it impossible for me to be intimate with anyone. I have your email from a friend who took part in your experiment. Please help." Unquote. Back then, we had no idea how we were going to do it, but one thing was sure, we couldn't ignore the hundreds of cries for help. We surely needed to make our discovery accessible to as many people as possible. After all, our formula was a work of art. Highly absorbable, pure, and powerful enough to fight the gut lining, eating microbes. More importantly, the mix fitted all conditions. Our cleansing formula, besides helping you flush the colonies of gut piranha currently munching at your colon lining, also neutralizes the effect of any other bad bacteria or microbes you might inadvertently come in contact with. So you won't need to worry about bad bacteria ruining your digestion anymore. As long as you keep taking the mix, you'll be safe. Moreover, you won't have to worry about toxins or fat sticking to your colon walls anymore, because anything that your body doesn't need will just slip right through your intestines.